If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't be running for vice president and make fucking death threats. You can't say that. No, not in today's society. You can't say that. It even got
Ellen.
It even got Ellen that won't laugh at a fucking joke
know.
who hasn't been funny in a decade. Even she laughed reluctantly.
Because as you said, we can't just be against something. We have to be for something.
That's exactly right. And in all of what we're seeing, I mean, these kids that are just marching, I mean, you know, the Stoneman Douglas kids, at the Women's March, you know, there's so many things that are happening right now where people are taking to the streets. And we have to remember, it's not about fighting against something, it's about fighting for something. And it is fighting with a spirit of love of country. And that's really important to remember.
Yeah.
We love our country. And part of being a patriot, love of country, is about fighting for the ideals of our country, fighting for the best of who we are. We are a great people. We are a great country. And it is part of loving our country to say, you know what, I believe those words we spoke in 1776, that we are all equal and should be treated that way.
Yep.
I believe those
Yep.
words. I believe those words. And I will march and I will fight to make those words true. And I will do that joyfully.
Yes, and you will do it joyfully.
I believe those words. I believe that FISC. I believe those facts that were in history. I put my FI on it, and I'm going to move forward. So it's like we kick the ass of everybody all day long that you're going to be addicted to your functions all the time, 24 hours a day. And the thing that we say around the house to ourselves and other people that come by is like, fucking catch a few.
I know.
So it's like, you know, Kamala Harris is not going to catch most of the times that she's just being a crazy EJ all the time.
Right.
Whether that happens to be the right answer, a lot of times it is.
Right.
Right? It's why she's so successful, right?
Right.
So it's like, it's not that. It's like, do you have something outside just the same old default fucking program? Do you have something running you other than just
your
another
saviors.
default program? Right. And when you look around at everybody, why is everything always the same? Because they're just being run by the same default programs. When you use objectivity to get out of the problem is subjectivity, or all these hundreds of default programs. Your savior is just being a couple of them, right? Status, all the rest, right? So it's like, when you put something objective of like, I want to go do this. I want to be this. I want to set a standard where I am moving forward. Like that isn't like a default program. I want to find what is true. I want to choose that. I want to become that. I want to be that. I want to move myself towards that. Like that little light on the hill, that's the only antidote that fights against the poison of the addiction of the default programs, the saviors included. So when you have an EJ like Kamala Harris saying, it's not about just attacking and complaining about all this shit, or however she said it, which is basically the latest and loudest default settings of the DE of like, oh, I'm just going to complain about everybody. The fucking crazy lady up the street, she's Savior FE, has all these fucking crazy signs in front of her house, you know? Just yelling at every fucking group. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Oh, I'm just attacking everybody.
Default wiring.
Yeah, like, no, what are you standing for? And so it's like, I think that makes such a difference in someone's life. I want to fight for something. I want to believe something with my FI, and it'll be this sensory of this country.
Right.
That's somebody awake. That's somebody standing outside of their functions, and that's what we're talking about with like alpha energy. Somebody breaking out of the default programs.
Right. What kind of bridges did you make it through? Because I want to take that character, and I want to take that confidence, and I want to build that into my own character and my own life.
That's really good.
By the time I finish, I'm gonna have a nice sunburn right here. This is where's my sunblock?
What we know about this president is if he's given 4 more years,
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
he'll be what he's been for the last 4 years.
It's a good thing.
President takes no responsibility,
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
refuses to lead, blames others,
It's a good thing.
cozies up to dictators.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
The days of cozying up to dictators is over.
It's a good thing.
Never about you. He'll believe it's all about him.
They want to cancel you, totally cancel you. After 8 long years, Joe Biden and Barack Obama left America weak. We're the wall between the American dream and the destruction of the greatest country.
5 million Americans affected by COVID-19. The president still does not have a plan. Well, I do. I have news for him. No miracle is coming. Is that the America you want for you? Because if he's given 4 more years,
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
he'll be what he's been for the last 4 years.
It's a good thing.
President takes no responsibility,
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
refuses to lead, blames others,
It's a good thing.
cozies up to dictators.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
The days of cozying up to dictators is over.